go ahead and send you this recording. Alrighty. So new graduate student orientation, let's move forward. All right. First and foremost, it is very important that we all share with you our vision and mission of CIU, so you know what we stand for and what our vision is. We want to help, and we are committed to equip all students to ensure that we provide entrepreneurs with the confidence, the qualifications, and the competence to succeed in the global business community and economy. And the vision of CIU is to become the university of choice for all entrepreneurs and help enhance everyone's careers and improve their lives. All right, our CIU pillars, we strive to embody these pillars every single day that we come into work. Our first pillar is our personal pillar, providing you supporting and encouraging ways of personalizing your support here with CIU. Our second pillar is that we are accessible, we are affordable, and we have students from all around the world, which makes it exciting and enriching experience during your coursework. And then lastly, our third pillar is that we have an entrepreneur spirit, aspirational and driven. This university was developed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneur leaders. So we would like to embody that by allowing students to feel like they are able to come in to our programs and really take on, amazing, worthwhile content that they can embed in their everyday lives. So again, these are the three pillars that we embody. Let's get to our agenda. These are the things that we're going to be talking about. We want to make sure that, James, at any time during the presentations that you are aware that I am totally okay with you asking questions in the chat box. If you need me to reiterate something, if there's any questions, let me know. This is this is not just a one-way conversation. I really, really highly recommend and encourage you to ask me questions during the presentation. So welcome message, number one. Number two is our learning logistics of online learning, right? So what should you expect? Course registrations. Number four, attendance. 5, course outline. Number 6, we're going to be reviewing business writing style, our writing language here. Number 7, we're going to talk about our textbook, electronic textbook. Number 8, we're going to review a tutorial, take you on the actual course room. What does that course room look like? What does it entail? What should you expect, right? Number 9, resources and information. So you get to see what kind of resource we provide you here, and who can you can contact in case of an emergency or just need someone to support you. And then lastly, we'll end our presentation with our Q&A. So far, so good, James? Great, thank you so much. And thank you for, returning to CIU. We really appreciate you, and we are excited to have you back. All right, so let's move forward with our, our welcome message. Welcome, global business leaders. In this case, welcome, James. Congratulations on your re-enrollment in the Doctorate of Business Administration. Thank you for attending this orientation. We'll be preparing you for this new and exciting academic journey. We want you to know, James, that the commitment that you have made is not something that we take lightly. We're so proud that you're with us. Of course, expectations are going to be high. At times, it will be challenging, but we believe in you and in your abilities to succeed. So we hope that you get the most from this program. And again, congratulations on re-enrolling into a program and continuing your doctorate degree. All right, so let's talk about the technology requirements, right? It's very important that we have all the tools that will support our success. First and foremost, a computer and reliable internet connectivity. That's very important, right? As soon as we start the program, each course is 6 weeks long, and as you know, James, they go by pretty quickly. So having these requirements is imperative to your success. Second block, Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. If you do not have Microsoft Office already embedded in your computer, James, don't worry. We will provide you with a university email address, which is something new, that we provided here at CIU, which will allow you with the opportunity to download Microsoft Office at no cost. So yes, the word is free here. Very exciting. All right, the block right in the center, recommended browser. So we recommend students that they utilize Google Chrome. It's the most compatible to to the websites that we utilize. However, any browser should work without a problem. Adobe Acrobat Reader. There are going to be some supplemental material that will be accessible and viewable via PDF. However, we are transitioning from having to view documents through a PDF to having documents shared through our online links, so shareable online cloud documents. So some documents are still viewable via PDF, but you may experience that a lot of the forms now are going to be accessible via different links. And then lastly, at any time, if you experience any technical issues, which we will working hard and ensuring that you don't, James, you can always email the help desk at caluniversity.edu. Let me know if you have any questions thus far, James. While we're reviewing this slide, I see that Carolyn logged in and dialed in. Carolyn, can you hear me? Okay, good. So James, you have no questions. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Carolyn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sounds good, Carolyn. So we're only on our second slide, so you're okay. We just went over these couple of blocks, some of the technology requirements here. I just want to mention, just to highlight, just since you made it in, Microsoft Office, Word, and Excel, PowerPoint. If you don't have Microsoft Office in your computer, with the university email address that we provide you, you will be able to download Microsoft Office for free.
Okay.
Okay, and this is very important. And at any time, if you experience any technical challenges, I mentioned earlier that we're working hard to ensure that we don't have any technical issues. This email is going to help you. All you have to do is email them directly, and they'll support you. Don't worry about writing anything down. I'm going to go ahead and send you this PowerPoint as well as a recording of this presentation. So you'll get to see what you missed in the beginning, Carolyn.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're very welcome. All right. We're going to keep moving. And James, thank you so much. Seems like you're sending a transcript from a former DBA program. Okay, great. Great to hear. To be valued. Okay, sounds good, James. All righty. So we're going to be utilizing two websites. The first one is going to be your student portal, or as we like to call it, the administrative headquarters. Pretty much this website is dedicated for you, for your support. In this website, you'll be able to view the audit, right? So what courses do you need to take? Your schedule. What courses should I be registered next term? Or what schedules am I going to be registered in, right? You can also view your grades. Very important to keep track of that. Your account information. You know, how much are these courses billed? How much do I owe? What's my payment history? You'll be able to see that here. You'll also be able to update your personal information in this website. I know that's one of the things that we talked about this morning, Carolyn. You know, if anytime your address changes, your email address changes, anything changes, you can update this in your student portal. And then lastly, if you would like to request a student physical ID card, you're more than welcome to do so. The only requirement is that we complete our first class successfully, and you can request an ID card through this website. And there's no cost to that. It's going to ask you to send us your picture and some information, and we'll go ahead and print that over your way. Any questions on the student portal?
No questions.
Sounds good. Thank you, Carolyn, and thank you, James. All right, so the next website that we are going to be utilizing, and then just to confirm, Carolyn, I send you your credentials, so you should have access to both of these websites. James, I'm looking at a report here. It seems like you are also already re-enrolled, and Eddie will be reaching out to you, so then you should also be able to access both of these websites as well. All right, the second website is the Learn Center. this is your actual Learn platform. We utilize Moodle as our content management system. So there's different variations, and maybe you're familiar with Canvas or with Blackboard. You know, Moodle is in partnerships with a Blackboard, so they support this content management system. This is what we use. Very user-friendly. In this website, you will also be able to access the Student Resource Center, the Writing Center, the Math Lab, the LIRN, which is the Library Information Resource Network, which is an online library where you'll be able to access a lot of databases and access peer-reviewed articles and journals. And then lastly, in this website, you will also be able to access the VeriCite plagiarism scanner. And I'm going to go over all of these important resources during the tutorial. Any questions on the Learn Center?
No questions.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, so let's move forward. All right, academic calendar. I'm very visual. I like to see things right in front of me. So we're starting our program in term 7. The term begins on September 30th, and it ends on November 10th. As you can see from this calendar, your following course will begin on Monday, November 11th, and it ends on December 22nd. So every single course or term is 6 weeks. I also like to show you this calendar because, as you can see here, every year or every calendar here at TIU consists of 8 terms, right? So one good thing about starting your program in term 7 is that you'll complete term 7, you'll complete term 8. In this case, it would be 2 courses, right? And then you have 2-week break, or the holiday break in December. And then we will begin our 3rd course in 2020, starting with term 1 again. So we go through 8 terms every single year. Any questions on the calendar?
No questions.
Sounds good. All right. Let's move forward to our next slide on registration. So both of you, James and Carolyn, are both doctorate students, so we're going to be focusing on these doctorate degrees here. I'm
not doctorate.
Oh, your master's degree. I'm sorry, Carolyn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. My apologies. There you go, MBA. Okay, so we're actually going to cover both of them. Carolyn, we're going to cover the master's degree side here. So your degree consists of 12 courses, or equivalent to 36 credits, and it's composed of 2 sections, your 8 core courses, and then your 4 specialization courses. And you're in healthcare management and leadership, I remember. And so you never have to worry about registration. Everything is registered automatically. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. So just, and for the MBA, the good thing about our MBA program is that there's no assessments, there's no any additional requirements. Basically, 8 courses for the 10 different support, 4 specialization courses, a total of 12 courses, and then you're done. No thesis required either.
Okay.
It goes by fairly quickly once you start it. I completed my MBA here. For the doctorate students, for James, your program is equivalent to 60 credits because it's 20 courses, and your program is composed of 3 sections. You'll start your 10 core courses, you'll move on to your 5 specialization courses along with a comprehensive competency assessment or a qualifying exam, and then lastly, you move on to the 5 dissertation courses. For both of you, from all the programs here, the first week of every single term, students are able to make adjustments to their schedule. Meaning that on September 30th, the first week, if you're in there and you decide this program is not for me, or if you say, I don't want to take the scores, or you decide to move your program to a different date, whatever the case may be, all these adjustments, make sure that they're done during the first week of the program. A simple email confirming this will suffice, and we will honor it. So let's say it's Saturday or Sunday of the first week. You know, our offices are not, we don't work during the weekends. All you need to do is send an email, and then we'll honor your request because it's during the first week or the first 7 days. And this is not just only for the first week of class. This is for the rest of your program. Any changes in your schedule, make sure it's done during the first week. Any questions on registration?
No questions.
Good. Thanks, James. All right, so let's go on to our next slide here. All right, let's talk about attendance. It's a very imperative topic, especially if you are receiving financial aid. So students must attend and participate in their courses on a weekly basis throughout their programs. So what does that mean? Well, attendance includes you actually participating in your course, you actually submitting assignments, taking in exams or posting in the course rooms. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that every course will have an exam. These are just some of the different components that will trigger participation in your actual course room. As long as you are participating or you're submitting a weekly assignment, the attendance will meet itself. You don't have to worry about it. What attendance is not is logging into your course without any active participation or talking to someone at the university, receiving academic counseling or advisement, or reaching out to any of the external resources in the Student Learning Center. A lot of students always confuse this by attendance. Keep track of your attendance. We'll be reaching out to you via text, email, or a call, and we'll check in on you, make sure that you're okay. We haven't seen you participating in over 7 days, 8 days. And a lot of students always say, David, why are you calling me? I've been logging into my classroom. And we can see that. We can see that you're active. But if you're not posting any work, well, it's not triggering your attendance. And it's very important because we do have policies that we must remain in compliance with. Again, especially if you are receiving financial aid, we might make sure that students are participating actively in the course. Now, I understand that we're working adults. You all have different responsibilities, with your job, family, whatever the case may be. Life happens. I completely understand. Just make sure that you have an open communication with your instructor. If something goes on, maybe that weekend you can't submit the work, something arises, reach out to them, let them know the situation, they'll work with you. In addition to that, you can also email me, you can contact anybody in the institution to let us know if something is going on. Again, life happens. I completely understand. I've been in the situation myself, but again, communication is key in this instances. Any questions regarding attendance?
No questions.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, James. All right. So we're going to move forward with the next slide here. All right. So let's do a little bit of recap on the first couple of slides. Who should you contact for technical support? Easy. The help desk at caluniversity.edu. When can you access, or where can you access your degree and your grades? That will be available via your student portal. Where can you update your personal information? That's also in your student portal. And when is your course room accessible? Your classroom is accessible on the first day of class on Monday, September 30th. However, you're able to access all of the additional resources and websites today. And do you have to participate weekly? The answer is yes, because you have weekly assignments, right? So that's important. All righty. So let's move on to the next slide. All right. So here is a course outline of the actual classroom. So Carolyn, this is for you. Your first course is going to be MBA Marketing. The course is going to be Marketing 517. It's going to be your first class. And what I did here, since I mentioned to you that that I am a very visual person, I like to see it, right? I outlined here the 6 weeks, right? And the 6 units, right? So week 1, September 30th, pertains to unit 1, and then this is what you'll expect to do during that first week. The unit starts on a Monday, and the unit ends on the Sunday before midnight, so 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, so what am I supposed to do the first week? What should I need to make sure that I am aware of? Day 1, On day one, that first Monday of class, you'll be posting your biography statement, and that's for both under master's degree and doctorate students. Same thing. Your course will look the same. The outline will look very similar. There's just the variations on the assignments. But the first thing is posting your bio. For this course, you'll have to read chapters 1 and 2. You'll view some online presentations and voting activity. You'll participate in a discussion question, how you will be getting your participation points through that discussion question. Carolyn had a really good question earlier asking the amount of responses that you're required to complete, and that's a total of 3. So you respond to the discussion question posted by your instructor, and then you'll respond to 2 other peers, so a total of 3 points. And then lastly, Carolyn, for your first class, you have to submit your first assignment, and everything has to be due by Sunday. Any questions, Carolyn, on this structure?
Yes. You said 3 posts. Is that the 3 posts? Can they all be like in one day?
Yes. Yes. So here's what I recommend. Okay. Because I should probably correct myself. Read the syllabus and read the instructor policies. Based on my personal experience in completing my MBA program and then completing my doctorate, or not completing it, but starting my doctorate program here, most of the instructors, some instructors allow you to submit it during the first day. They have no problem with you doing that. However, there are some instructors who will ask you to post the initial one on Wednesday, and then your 2 responses on another day or whenever you want, but the initial one on Wednesday, so that it allows other students to have some engagement during that first units. There's only a few of them, and I know we've been getting a lot of new quality, great instructors. So just double check with them on the policy, on their policies. You know, the academic freedom allows the instructors to implement their own internal policies within the course. I haven't seen it much, but there could be. So just double check with them so that way you don't lose any points. Does that help, Carolyn?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. But yeah, really good question. Okay, let's go move on to the doctorate course. So the doctorate course is GRC 600, the doctoral academic study and writing. Same structure, right? 6 weeks or 6 units, and then here is the first week. Well, we are expected to start on that Monday. Same thing, biography statement. We'll also be reading some chapters 1 through 3. We'll also be participating in lecture videos and voting activities, and also participating in discussion questions, very similar with the MBA. For the doctorate students, you also have to submit your first writing assignment and then posting a blog. And again, everything is due by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Technically, everything is due by midnight, but I like to put 11:55 just to give you 5 minutes in case you submit and it's not refreshing and it's not submitting. You know, you have 5 minutes to get that on time. And the reason why I do this is because throughout your units, here you'll be able to submit work, but what happens in Unit 6 at midnight, at the end of the 6 weeks, is that your actual submission links are disabled. So what does that mean? It means that during the first 5 units, if you're late with work, you can work with your instructor. They'll work with you. Most of the time, they'll allow you to resubmit work. That's fine. But you can't do this during week 6, because during week 6, once the class is over, the submission links are disabled. And these are disabled by the institution and not by the instructor. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you get everything in by the end of the 6 weeks. James, any questions in regards to your structure of your first class? All right. If you do have questions, just make sure you put in. And we'll move forward to our next slide. The writing, traditional writing style, this is the way that our students here, you know, we're all in business administration. This is the way we communicate. This is the language that we communicate, which is APA formatting style. APA stands for the American Psychological Association, right? And it's usually used more in health and business, right? To help you out, in case this is new to you, we provide you with a Word template. So the Word document that's going to be embedded in your course, and I will also send this to you before class, is already formatted for you, right? Everything is there. All you need to do is fill it in. Any questions on the APA? And thank you, James, for sharing.
No questions.
Sounds good. All right, let's move on to our textbook. So we utilize VitalSource Bookshelf, and all of your textbooks will be embedded in your course room, the electronic ones. As a new student, if you don't have a Bookshelf account, you will have to create a new account. It's very easy. And the Bookshelf application or the app can be downloaded to your smartphone, your tablets, and your desktops. And the great thing about this application as well is that you have the ability to read your books offline. You don't necessarily have to be, you know, connected to the internet to access your textbooks, but it does take some initial steps and preparation before. You have to download the app, you have to download the textbook, and then you have access to the textbook in case you're not connected and then you're commuting to work or something. I downloaded the application to my phone, my smartphone, and some books have the ability to have the audio component to it. So I put on my headphones and I can listen to the textbook during my commute to work. So that's very, very helpful. A lot of students always ask during the slide too is, David, I prefer the tangible text in my hands. Can you provide me the ISBN number? And that is absolutely yes. During the tutorial, I'll show you where the textbook list is, so you can retrieve that information. But just so that you know, we provide you with the electronic version. That's why we provide you with very affordable tuition. If you would like to purchase your own textbooks, that would, you know, be at your own expense. I would like to share with you that I purchased the first 3 textbooks for my doctorate degree, and I also purchased some books for my MBA degree here, and I found them to be really inexpensive through Amazon. I got them used paperback, and they were less than $30. So they're pretty affordable if you would like to go that route. Any questions on textbooks?
No questions.
No questions.
Sounds good. Oh, James, you're on the line now.
Yeah, I was having trouble with the text, so I added the microphone.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. You're doing okay?
Yes.
You're excited to start your doctorate degree again?
Yes, I am.
Good. Well, we're happy to have you. Sounds good. All right, so then let's move forward with our next slide, which is student resources, right? So we really do work hard here at CIU to continue to improve the resources and then always introduce new ways to support you. So these are some of the resources that we provide you. We provide you with a writing center. This writing center has writing tutors in case you need them, right? So this is outside an external resource outside of your course room. You also have Grammarly. We provide you with a premium account with Grammarly, right? Which is amazing. I started using Grammarly when I got my free account here, and it really is life-changing. I guarantee you that when you start using it, you'll never stop using it. It's quite extraordinary. Math Lab, we have a Math Lab in case you need support with any of those accounting courses or economic courses. We also provide you with tutoring. We partnered with tutor.com, and they support you with any tutoring question that you have. They also have tutors who support you with Excel, Microsoft, PowerPoint, right? So maybe you don't necessarily need help with the tutoring of the content, but you need help with maybe some Excel stuff or Microsoft stuff. They have tutors for that as well. In addition to that, you have your student advisor, myself, and you have Eddie, who are going to be working with you throughout your entire program, ensuring that you're successful. And then lastly, we do have our university YouTube channel, which has a lot of additional resources, videos, clips of instructors, videos of our past, graduation ceremonies, so you can get excited about that. So just a lot of great resources for you, and just know again that we're always looking and striving to find ways to continue to support you through more partnerships and more resources. And so don't be surprised if during your program you get an email that we added another resource to you. So that is the student resources. Any questions on this slide?
No questions.
No question.
Perfect. All right. So let's move on to the staff directory. All righty. So it's very important that you know who to reach out to in case you need some support. Questions regarding transcript evaluations or your registration, anything like that, you can reach out to Mark. I heard, James, that you're working on getting your transcripts evaluated. I'm pretty sure you're working with Gina Borelli.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. If you are receiving financial aid, if your last name is A through K, so this would be for James, you'll be working with Joanna. If your last name is L through Z, Carolyn, you'll be working with Rita Garcia. Any questions regarding student accounts, you'll be reaching out to Isaac. He's our student accountant. Any questions regarding student resources? We have Jennifer Strobel, who will support you with that. And then we also, again, have our help desk. And again, I'll go ahead and send you this PowerPoint, so no need to write anything down. Do you have any questions for this slide?
Is the help desk line 24 hours?
Yeah, that one is available for you 24 hours.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Good question. All righty. So we've reached our point where we move on to our tutorial. So we're going to go navigate the website so you'll know exactly what to expect, right? Let's go to our main website first. So, all right. So where do I access my two websites? We talked about them initially in our presentation, the Student Portal and the Learn Center. Very easy. We start off by going to our main page, and we log in. We select the student link here. You'll see a drop-down menu. My class is the Learn Center, and Student Portal is your student portal. For this presentation, we're going to log into our student portal first. We'll log into our account, and this is what it looks like. Now, again, both of you are enrolled into the program already, so both of you should have access to this website. Again, this is your profile. Check, always make sure that everything's up to date. Academics tab, very important here. Review your degree audit, view your grades. Make sure that you're always reviewing the grades after the course has ended, and make sure that you are maintaining a 3.0 GPA. In my finances tab, let me make this a little bit bigger. It looks a little small. All right. In my finances tab here, great information regarding your account information, right? So a lot of additional tabs here, links. So when you log in, get yourself acquainted and acclimated into this website, and then review the rest of the information. That's the portal. The next slide that we're going to look at is, or the next page that we're going to look at is the actual Learn Center. Let's go back to the main website. So we'll log into the main website again. First day of class, I want to start my course. So what do? We're going to click on My Classes here. I'm going to come to this page. You're going to log in to your website. So this is my website. This is where you'll be able to access your course. The first thing that you'll see is the question, what time is it, and why is that important or relevant to you? Well, the official time zone for CIU is U.S. Pacific Standard Time, so we need to make sure that you are always submitting your work on time. If you are in a different time zone, don't worry. All of your assignments have an embedded time which allows you and tells you when your assignments are due. So it gives you the hour, the minutes, the time to complete the assignment, whether you're in California, East Coast, or anywhere in the world. Alrighty. So I'm in the class and I'm eager to look at my course. Where do I go, right? So there's two methods for you to view your course. One, you're going to click on the menu icon right in the top hand corner right here. Looks like a little hamburger. Click on the little hamburger button, the menu. And under My Courses, you should see your first class. Carolyn, you'll see Marketing 517. James, you'll see GRC 600. The second way you'll be able to see your course is by simply scrolling down to the bottom of the page under My Courses. Again, you'll be able to see down here your first course. Register you also automatically to the Writing Center. You should see this, and the Student Resource Center. So these are just quick ways to access these links. All right.
Wait a minute. I didn't see the first course on that screen.
The first, what was that?
You said my first course. Where was that at?
Oh, sure. So there's two ways to view your course. One way is by selecting the menu here.
Mm-hmm.
Under My Course, you should see your course. Yeah.
Oh, it's not there now. Okay.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not in here right now. This is my administrative account.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. All right. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you here. I'm actually going to be showing. Usually I show the 600 course, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the Marketing 517 because it's very. Normally, you ignore the steps. Normally, you just go into your 600 course, but I'm just going to give you. I'm just going to look at the marketing class right now so that I can show the marketing course instead of the 600 course. All right. So, so for this presentation, we're going to go over the tutorial of the Marketing 5.1 class. James, follow along. The course layout and the structure is very similar to the GRC 600 course, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, so a couple things I want to mention about your online courses, right? First and foremost, your classes are going to be available to you or accessible to you on the first day of class, which is September 30th. You will have access to this course 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In addition to that, not only will you have access to your first week of class, but you will also have access to the entire 6 weeks, right? So you'll have access to all of the 6 weeks. So after I always say that, students will always ask me, David, so does that mean that I can work ahead? And the answer would be yes, absolutely. So that's a great thing about, having this online course room, right? That you do have your weekly deadlines. However, you're able to manage and work ahead if you need to, right, within your course room. So know that. In addition to that, I would like to make sure that I confirm that there is no specific time or date that you need to log into your class. You know the deadlines, and you log in and you access your coursework, you access the videos, and you just do your work at your own pace during that week. So what does that mean? That means that there's no live lectures, right? Every video lecture that you need to view is accessible via YouTube videos or Vimeo, whatever the case may be. But there's no time constraints on here. This is an asynchronous program, meaning that communication is delivered throughout the week with your instructor or with your peers through this platform. In addition to that, I want to make sure that we're clear that this is also it's not a self-paced program, because a lot of students who have been in self-paced programs, they start the class and they just need to get everything in by the end of the class or the date. Here, we structure the classroom through 6 weeks, and you have weekly assignments too. Sounds good so far? Any questions on what I just? Okay, perfect. All right, so let's review the course, Marketing 517, under course and textbook and important documents. And again, this is very similar to you, James. Everything is going to almost mirror itself. So syllabus, make sure that you review this. I know both of you have, previous experience with syllabus in, undergraduate degree, but it is very imperative that you look at it. One thing that I do want to mention and just give you, David's helpful tips is what I did is I printed this out, right? And then I pinned to my desk, my house, and my computer, the last 2 pages, and I'll show you why. The last 2 pages has the score schedule of every single week, right? So you know exactly what you will be required to do for that week, and you can even cross off, as soon as you complete each of the sections. So it's a really helpful way to stay on top of your work, know what's expected, and get everything on time. And as you can see here, you have access and you can view all of the weekly assignments. All right, so that's syllabus. Make sure you review it, know how you're going to be graded. Textbook. This is the textbook link that I mentioned to you all. Every textbook link is embedded in your course room. And you can recall this by the green puzzle piece here. Click on the link. It's going to prompt you to our external vendor, onlinebattlesource.com. As a new student, it's going to prompt you to begin by entering your email. Make sure that is implemented correctly. And then you follow the next steps. You'll create your account, very easy, right? And then you have access to your textbook. Once you have logged in and created your account, when you go back to this link to access your textbook, you don't have to go to the login thing. It'll take you directly to the textbook and where you last left off. This is your textbook, access on the first day of class. Tutoring, great little resource on tutoring if you need support. Student orientation highlights, some of the things that we talked about today, right? Course forum. So this is a very important section, instructor information. This is where you'll be able to view your instructor's policies, information that the instructor wants to relate to the class, your instructor's contact information, very important. We, as your advisors, are here to support you and anything that you may need. However, any questions regarding your content, submissions, maybe you want to submit your work, whatever the case may be, you have to contact the instructor. The instructor is also has mandatory office hours, so you'll be able to contact the student live through a phone or via Skype, whatever the instructor's communication method is, right? It varies from instructor to instructor, but know that you'll always have someone to contact and you'll always have an instructor there to help you with the course content. All right, with that being said, we go into the meat of the class, which is the actual assignments. How is those courses structured out? So this is the first unit, as you can see here, unit 1, right? Your unit 1 activities. First thing that you'll do is your introduce yourself to the class, which is a biography statement, and then a syllabus quiz. So both of these 2 tasks here are very easy, and make sure they take advantage of those easy points. You can't really say that much in a master's level or doctor level program, but I can say that here. For this one, all you have to do again is just follow some of these key points and post your biography statement, get acquainted to your peers, to your classmates, to your instructor. And I'm also going to be sending you an email with this information in case you would like to write your biography prior to the first day of class. And then the syllabus quiz, this is a quick quiz on the syllabus just so that we can reiterate the importance of that. And again, this is an online institution, so we're not looking at your screen. You can open up the syllabus while you take the quiz, right? Very easy. There's no reason why you should not get 100% on the syllabus. Again, easy points. All right, going down the first unit, course learning outcomes, right? So what are you going to be getting out of this course? And unit learning outcomes. What are you going to learn after the first week, right? Activity number 1 is your reading assignments in the class. So you'll be reading chapters 1 to 2 here, right? And you have unit lecture. This is really helpful. I suggest that you review the unit lecture first, go over it, and then you start doing your reading, and you'll get a better idea of, what information you're going to be expected to review or read about and learn about in those reading assignments. Voting activity. be heard, just what it sounds like. You watch this video and you submit your vote. And this is very, very similar to the doctorate course as well. Moving down, the first unit is the discussion question that we talked about. So this is how we develop engagement, encourage participation, and this is also how students are able to create responses based on not only what you read from the textbook and the supplemental material and the things they learn from the course, but this is also where you can also chime in and bring in real concepts from your industry, right, or from what you know of, and share those things with your classmates. So again, it's a total of 3 posts. You'll respond to this question, and then you'll respond to 2 classmates for a total of 3. And then once you do that, every time you submit your assignment, you always get a little check mark for completion. In addition to that, you will also receive an email every time you complete an assignment to your email confirming that you completed that section of the class. All right, lastly for this course and this first unit, the students are required to start writing their first assignment. And again, the key here is APA. All of your assignments will be submitted in APA from the day 1 all the way to the end of your program. So expect to learn APA and utilize the APA template that we provide you. And that's pretty much it for the class. As you can see here, once that's completed, you can move on to your first unit 2. Maybe you finish early on that Saturday, you can just get a little glimpse of what you should expect for the following week. And again, if you want to work ahead, that's completely okay. Just know that you have to, have participation every single week. So what I've done in the past is I've taken vacation. I do my work before I leave on vacation. That week, I just log in a couple minutes to my computer and start submitting everything. And that way, I'm meeting the weekly participation. All right. So that was your classroom. Any questions on the classroom or the unit?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Do you still have well, some schools have the plagiarism app where after you do your report, you have to submit it to see if it's, any plagiarism in them?
Yes, a very good question, and definitely. And I usually cover that during student resources, but yeah, it's a really good transition. So every time you submit your assignment, very good point, Carolyn, you'll submit your assignment, but it will automatically scan for plagiarism detection, right? Our threshold here at the institution is that you must not exceed 15% of plagiarism detection in your document, right? Now, how do I ensure that I submit my work and not exceed the 15%? Well, you're going to go to the student resource, this is a good transition, student resource center here, right? We're gonna provide you some tools. So before we look at the Verify Scanner, I'm gonna review a couple resources here. The CIU handbook, the CIU booklet that I referenced earlier in the presentation, tutor.com, a video on Vital Source Bookshelf, really good training on this, and then the Verified Plagiarism Scanner. So this is where you will be able to submit your document, right? It'll give you a report, highlight sections that I may found some patch writing, maybe it did not quote correctly in APA, which it will catch that, right? This is where you'll be able to submit, and this is for you only. This is a resource for you. So when you upload your assignment to the scanner, don't worry about being penalized because it's over 15. We don't see it. This is for your eyes only. You can be able to then, let's say you upload your document here and you got a 25%. Well, it's over the 15, so you shouldn't submit, but you have a report and you can go back and make edits to your document, go back to here, submit it a second time, and then make sure you reduce it to less than 15%. Once you do that, you can go confidently in submitting to your instructor. Does that help, Carolyn?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, really good question. Okay, and then Grammarly, I mentioned to you that you all have premium accounts with Grammarly using your university email address. This is the steps to activate your account.
I have another question.
Sure.
Are there certain hours for tutoring?
No, tutoring is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Alrighty. And so that brings us to the end of our tutorial portion of this presentation. Like I mentioned, both of you should have access to this website, so take advantage of early access to them. Get yourself acclimated to the additional resources that I did not cover here today. All right. So going back to our presentation, then we move back to our closing remarks of our presentation today. First and foremost, I would like to mention to you all that you deserve to be here. You were accepted into your program, so we want you to believe in your abilities. Carolyn, congratulations on the MBA, and then James, you got accepted to the DBA program, so, congratulations again. Know that you're not going to be alone. You're very welcome. You're not going to be alone. Graduate school can be a very challenging process, but, it helps to know that you're going to be facing the same ups and downs as your classmates. So challenges are going to be expected. Just keep going. It's all a process. Developing good research skills and understanding jargon takes time. But be patient. You will get there. And just so that you both know, again, coming from my personal experience, working here, starting with the MBA, and then doing the DBA, even though I know the system, even though I'm in there every single day, I can share with you that we all, our students, we all go through the same, type of, emotions. You're nervous, you don't know what to expect, can I do this? How am I going to get through the 6 weeks? I can guarantee you that if you just focus on 1 week at a time, you complete the little tasks, you will get through this, and it goes by faster than you think. Alrighty, so with that being said, we hope that this is a rewarding and worthwhile partnership. We hope that you get the most of your time with us. Our presentation has come to an end. I turn it over to you if you have any questions for me or anything that you would like for me to reiterate for and
no, I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions. I just have one question, though. If you
sure.
well in a course, do they let you repeat it?
I didn't catch the last thing.
I said if you don't get a B in a course, do they let you repeat?
Oh yes, good question. Yes, if you do not pass the course with a B- or higher, yes, of course you can retake the class.
Well, you can't retake it with financial aid, can you?
Yes, you can. You can retake it. Well, the thing is, Carolyn, that graduate program, you're not getting any grants. Financial aid only provides loans for graduate programs. So it's up to the student, to get more, to get additional loans from them. But you're right.
Okay.
During undergraduate, you're right. Some grants won't allow or pay for, failed grades. Mm-hmm. Anything else that you would like me to cover?
Question: if you have to speak to your advisor, do you have to speak to him? Eddie Hernandez told me I have to speak to him after the orientation. Do I have to do that for onboarding?
That is correct. So Eddie will be reaching out to you today so that he can go over the onboarding. Just a little second screening, make sure everything's correct, program, contact information, and then that way too he can provide you with your login credentials.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so you're going to email everything that you talked about today?
That is correct. So this presentation is being recorded, and I will send this recording as well as a PowerPoint presentation within 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, all right, thank you. I have to go to work now.
Sounds good. Have a good day at work, Carolyn.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
Sounds good. Take care.
Okay, thank you.